Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Crimes, Killers, Cults.
And beer.
Hey, got it right. History Goon got it right. That's History Goon, the CKCB official interim co-host.
I got it right, and I got it with enthusiasm.
Our audience loves you.
Take that, depression. I'll show you.
All right, guys, bring it down. Take it. All right, that's enough, guys. That's enough, guys.
Oh my God.
All right, guys, come on. When the light... Do I need a shut up sign, a little button to push for you people?
We need a series of shepherd's crooks to haul these idiots out of here. Golly.
All right.
Acting like I just slapped Chris Rock or something. Holy shit.
Oh, boy. Damn. Okay, note to self, don't use that sound effect again.
That was
long.
That was a big one.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Anyway, Kevin here, the host of the amazing podcast History Goon.
You know what? It is pretty goddamn good, isn't it?
Huh?
So
Yeah.
You know what? It is pretty damn good, isn't it?
I like it.
I don't mind it. I do occasionally put some effort into it. So
I like it. I like it enough to have you be the official interim co-host.
Fair, yeah.
So if I didn't like you, you wouldn't be here.
I mean, shit, I don't like me, so.
Oh, well,
yeah.
somebody has to. Oh, man. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to an OG listener, Miss Ariana. I'm not going to give her last name because I'm respectful. So,
I'm a gentleman.
Yeah, she sent me a message on Instagram the other day, and we chatted a little bit. And if you remember, back in, I think it was episode 70, when the corn rake murder case.
The what? I'm sorry?
The corn rake murder.
Okay.
We had a little contest going on, and she and another lady won the contest. They both got a free T-shirt saying OG listener or something like that. So their shirts are unique.
Oh, nice.
And we had her on for that episode. She let us, we let her pick a topic, and she chose the corn rake murder, which turned out to be a very interesting case. And we had her, she was on with Todd and I, and it was pretty cool. So just shout out.
Yeah.
Hey, Ariana, thanks for listening. Glad you're still with us. So.
And hey, if you get bored with this, I know a history show.
History Goon on all your podcast platform and on YouTube and Patreon.
Absolutely. Patreon.com 1159 Media gets you early access to.
Yeah, he's got that 1159 Media money, man.
Oh yeah, so much of it, I'm rolling in money, man. That's why I'm living in a
still trying to get shit
dump apartment and making barely any.
Opt to decide that he needs a new true crime podcast. I mean, damn. I'm right here. So anyway, tonight we're steering away from the heavy hitters that we've been doing lately, because we've done quite a few heavy hitters since the show came back.
And honestly, like that last one, those guys weren't well known, but son of a bitch, they should
They were heavy hitters.
Ugh. Gross.
Yeah. But I was looking for something different, and social media internet crimes are always interesting. I've done a couple of...
We're not doing Todd Colehelp, are we?
No.
Or whatever the hell his last name was, that jerk off that was reviewing stuff on Amazon.
No, that guy's from South Carolina.
What a turd.
I've done a couple of those internet crimes over the years, but tonight...
You need to phrase that. You need to phrase that differently. You've covered internet crimes.
What did I say?
You said I've done internet crimes.
Oh. Well, some of
you're not supposed to cop to that stuff on recordings.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way some people get butthurt over certain things, you would think I did an internet crime.
Right.
Just kidding. I don't get...
Oh, yeah,
The stalker. I still don't... Anyway, but I stumbled across a name that kind of hit me. The name was Brian Lewis. And I know a guy named Brian Lewis.
I think I might too, actually.
Well,
which is weird.
Okay. Well, you can. I'm going to clear my friend. You can clear your friend.
Well, it's just more like a dude that I've run into somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
well, the Brian Lewis I know, he was the drummer of the band that Todd and I were in, Madstone.
Okay.
He was a great drummer. He was the best drummer I've ever been in a band with. And he was also on the second run of my old radio show, the Will and Thunder Show. But since Thunder left, I changed the name, and it became the Nighttime Fiasco. Enter Brian.
Okay, fair enough.
It failed to live up to what the Will and Thunder Show was, unfortunately.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. But so I came across this story. Brian Lewis killed his girlfriend because he was jealous of what she was doing on Facebook. So I had to do this for a couple of reasons. Go ahead and say what your deepest thought about something.
It's just kind of like that's a weird thing to be upset about, I guess.
Well,
I don't know.
Wait till you get to know this prick.
Maybe it's just because my ex-wife spent so much time on social media that I kind of like like okay, sure, whatever, you know.
Noted.
Yeah. But you have to try to tell somebody the same thing 4 times because they're on the same TikTok that they've watched 1,000 times.
What?
Yeah. And I usually just went, it's not that important. Don't worry about it.
But I had to do this. I had to do this case for several reasons. One, if it was the Brian Lewis that I know, I would have had to have covered it because I'd be ashamed of him for doing that, and I'd want to vent. 2, if it's not the Brian Lewis that I know, then I want to set the record straight that my old friend and bandmate and co-host was not a murderer.
Well, that's a good thing to know, I guess. I mean,
right. So
not being a murderer is one of the best things you can be.
Exactly. But it's reason number 2. The Brian Lewis we're covering is not my old friend, and I am relieved. This Brian Lewis killed his ex-girlfriend, Haley Jones. This Brian Lewis also lived in South Wales, and as far as I know, the Brian Lewis that I know has never even been there. He's a.
And I mean, could we have picked 2 whiter names out of a hat for people?
Yeah, right, Brian Lewis.
Good God. You're like, oh, they're English. Well, yeah, I see that now.
But he's a Florida swamp lizard just like me. And this story begins when this Brian Lewis was 18. Facebook was already a huge part of the culture at that point.
Oh, yeah.
When the Brian Lewis that I know was 18, Al Gore hadn't even invented the internet yet.
Had he lost by way of hanging paper yet, or no?
No, he wasn't even vice president when Brian was 18. Dan Quayle was.
That would have been Bush Senior?
Yep.
Okay.
So that was when the Brian Lewis that I know was 18.
History. Look at that.
But lastly, this is the most important difference between the Brian Lewis that I know and the one that we're covering. This chucklehead met Haley Jones in 1996 when he was 18 and she was 13.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah,
that's bad. Like
the Brian that I know was around 27 when Brian met Haley. But let me say that again. The Brian that I know was around 27 when this Brian met Haley.
So, I mean, a 5-year age gap is not that bad. Unless you are 18 and the person you are dating is 5 years younger than you.
Correct.
It's like, oh, that's not great.
And this when this Brian met Haley was actually about 2 years before the time when the Brian that I know, this was before we started the band with me, Brian, and Todd, and Thunder Midget, who was also a Kevin.
No.
But that was all in Florida. But this Brian and Haley were together for 13 years and had 4 children together.
Holy crap.
Despite their initial age difference. But Haley grew up and realized that she didn't need this guy, and she left him. And that desire for freedom and independence sadly cost Haley her life.
Jeez.
Sources are the documentary Click for Murder, Season 1, Episode 5, Brian Lewis. I used The Guardian, I used BBC, the website.
Yeah, no, I kind of figured.
And the website, believe it or not, I even took got some information from a Texas attorney named Tim Powers from his website, believe it or not.
Okay.
But
I wonder if there's like some kind of, if that's because there's like some kind of a precedent for a crime here related to that maybe or something.
Probably, I would assume there was an article that he had written, he was talking about this case and another one, and so I'm assuming that he probably had a similar case and he just put that up there. I didn't really do too much on that. I found that after I found that when I was mopping up the episode looking for more information.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. So
you're like, balls.
So this story takes place in New Tredegar, Wales, which is a small middle-class industrial town in the Welsh Valleys. It was initially an iron mining town, and it was somewhat affluent. But when the mines dried up, poverty followed, as dried-up mining towns usually do.
Yep.
So one evening in 1996, Brian Lewis and Haley Jones met at a fair that had come to town. When they saw each other for the first time, the attraction was not only immediate, it was mutual.
Ew. 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 Oh, 13-year-old, man. Come on, that's... Ugh.
They were boyfriend and girlfriend immediately. Haley was head over heels in love with her, air quotes, man. Brian was her first boyfriend ever as well, so he essentially was able to craft her into whatever he wanted and to control her. As douchebags do.
Yep.
Haley, with no real life experience of her own, would think that everything that was happening was normal.
Yep.
From what I can gather, from pictures and descriptions, Brian was no catch at all.
Well, you said he was Welsh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't piss off the Welsh.
What are they going to do? Not speak proper English at me?
History goon.
Hey, listen. I'm not gonna get nearly as mean as my my Facebook admin page admin would, because he's English and he would he will tell you some things about the Welsh and use phrases.
Well, I mean, I haven't checked my demographics in a long time, but at one point, the last time I looked at them, the United Kingdom was our number 2 market. So
I've got a lot of listeners over that way. But yeah, he will more than once he's been like, he said something where I've mentioned something about the Welsh and he goes, "Oh, they're not people, it's fine."
Well, we love the Welsh here on CKCB.
Like, oh Jesus, that's funny.
Actually, I do have a friend that actually went to Wales and stayed there for a few years. So
that is a wild language, though. I will say that without any apology. Like, there is way too many vowels in that.
No, well, this Brian, Brian Lewis was he was kind of a little on the plump side, let's say.
Nothing wrong with that.
I didn't say there was, but we're making fun of this chucklehead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Just as white.
Comment.
But still, I mean, he was no catch of his own, so he's probably a virgin. Probably at this point an incel, even before that term existed. But that would explain why he fixated on a 13-year-old. He was a loser. He lived at home. And shortly after the couple got together, he was kicked out of his parents' house.
For dating a child?
That's where I was going. I don't know. It didn't specify why he got kicked out of his house. Maybe he wouldn't get a job. I don't know.
It could be that too, yeah.
But Haley's parents actually liked him and allowed him to move into their house with 13-year-old Haley.
Hey, listen, like, I'm no expert or anything. I mean, I am a parent, but I'm pretty sure that's a terrible fucking idea.
Yeah. But in economically challenged areas like New Tredegar, not even sure how to pronounce that, but situations like this aren't seriously uncommon. Family, I'm not justifying it. This is what somebody said when talking about this case.
Right.
Yeah, families are tight knit and are usually okay with things like this as long as the relationship is a loving one. And this, as I've said, came from a Welsh journalist who commented on the case. Sure, it was an illegal relationship, but the community itself didn't have a problem with it. It was just the routine of a poverty-stricken community. Which, I get it. I mean, look at the trailer parks here.
True.
I mean, it's not uncommon to see that shit happening there either.
Yeah. So let it be known, on behalf of all of our listeners, America is not the only country with trailer trash in it.
This is true.
Just saying. I mean...
Well, they didn't live in trailer parks. They lived in these, like...
Oh,
like
you don't have to live in a trailer park to be trailer trash, though.
Right. True. But they lived on these houses where there's just like an endless row of like townhouses, like you would see in a Harry Potter movie or something like that.
Yeah, what do they call that? Like estate housing or something like that. It's basically like their like low income kind of deal.
Something like that. I don't know. But Haley had dropped out of school, and at 16 years old, she became a mother. Her life was a brief childhood, Brian, and now a baby.
God.
I couldn't find anything saying whether or not Brian had a job when they met, and I'm betting that he didn't because he got kicked out of his parents' house. Probably for dating a 13-year-old. But
yeah.
And he wasn't able to get a place of his own. But he did get a job working for the railways, and he was making enough for the two of them to be able to actually get a mortgage on their own place.
Damn.
So apparently he got a good job. Does that mean that he's a good worker? Or that they just really needed people?
Dude, I know plenty of people that suck at their job that make more than I do.
Right.
I work with some of them. But,
Brian Lewis was a lot of things, but good at his pull-out method wasn't one of them. By the time Haley was 22, they had 4 kids.
Golly. Oof.
Maybe they were Catholic.
Man, maybe. I mean,
yeah.
I was going to say English, that would be more Protestants, but...
But with the Catholic, every sperm is sacred.
That's true. I mean... Either that or, like you said, this dude just couldn't have pulled out of a driveway.
Right. But it's common for controlling men to think dominating a woman is the right way to be a man.
Yeah, and by keeping them pregnant is a way to keep them under control.
Exactly. You might as well have had your notes right in front of you because that is basically what I had next.
Yeah.
So... She's young, she has no marketable skills, and a bunch of kids. So what else is she going to do other than stay with her sperm donor?
Yep.
Brian had Haley right where he wanted her, and because he made the money, he could do whatever he wanted while Haley stayed at home and took care of the kids.
Yep.
Sounds about right. But what happens if Brian loses his job?
Oh, boy. I bet we're going to find out, aren't we?
In an impoverished area, no less. And yes, we are going to find out, because in 2007, about a year and a half before the murder, he did lose said job. I don't know. Maybe he signaled 2 trains into each other or something. Or maybe his boss had a 13-year-old daughter.
Yeah. I meant to pull that sign out of there. It just wasn't quick enough. And now we've got a giant mess.
Well, we already... Fucker, you got me 2 weeks in a row now. I don't know if you did that at first intentionally, but...
No, it's just how my brain works, man.
No, I
don't script any of this shit.
I didn't pull out that sign. And now we have a huge mess. I just said that he sucked at this pullout game.
Oh yeah. No, that's exactly where that came from. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope so because that was awesome.
God, you think I'm bad like this? You should visit me in person. I am way worse in person with shit like this. Very quick-witted, which is fun.
Okay, that's 2 weeks in a row you've derailed me.
Oh, I'll get you again at least one more time on this episode. I would put money on that.
Oh God! So he lost his railway job, and his ego took a massive blow. I mean, how is he going to provide for his family? He couldn't find a job.
I don't think he cares.
Huh?
I said I don't really know that he would care, to be honest.
Well, not many of these in there, so we'll just go ahead and do it now. Put a knife in that. But he couldn't find a job, so it's the 6 of them cooped up in the house together. I mean, sure, he had the hold on Haley, but what was she going to do? I mean, she doesn't know how to cope with the situation.
No, she's still basically a child.
Right.
I mean,
because she wasn't allowed to grow up.
Yep.
The mortgage is due, the utilities, not to mention food for them and the 4 kids. And judging by pictures of Brian ate first.
And only.
But Haley was not this poor dependent wife who needed big boy Brian to take care of her. Nope. What did she do? Take a guess.
She probably gets a job.
Mm-hmm.
And starts taking care of shit on her own and realizes, oh, I can actually do this.
Pretty much. You
Which is
pretty
bad
much got that
for him.
right. And you're right about that, too. This is bad for him. She got a job as a care worker in a nursing home. I mean, somebody's got to pay the bills.
Yep. And that's good. That's good money. That's really good money if you stick with it.
It is. Haley was working.
Ask me how I know.
How do you know?
I work in that environment, as a matter of fact.
Oh, okay.
And some of the aides there, like you get like a licensed aide or a registered aide. I don't remember which one's higher up on the food chain. I believe the licensed aides are higher up.
Oh, yeah.
But they make pretty good money. And that's just as an aide. That's not even as a nurse.
Wow.
So if you stick with it and go and become like an actual nurse, you will like clean up. I know that the facility that I work at, of course, we're always looking for nurses and stuff. They just posted a job where if they're looking for a third shift nurse, and that starts at like $42 an hour.
Holy crap!
So yeah, you can make a killing in the healthcare field.
Damn. So Haley was working 12-hour shifts 6 days a week.
Yeesh. Yep. Get them doubles.
And what was Brian doing? Take a guess.
Sitting on the couch, touching himself.
He was. You're at least half right. You're probably 100% right. But he was staying at home. He'd often drop the kids off at Haley's parents' place and go hit the bars on Haley's hard-earned money.
Hell yeah. You do you, brother. Absolutely.
Yeah. You are the man-child of the family.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Haley was making friends and networking and by making a name for herself at the nursing home. And this was another blow to big boy Brian's fragile ego. But Haley was making decent money, but not enough to pay all of the bills, which kept piling up, as bills tend to do.
No, they don't.
Brian could have gone out to get even a part-time job just to help with the bills, but he didn't. He just sat at home feeling sorry for himself or at a bar annoying anybody who would listen to his sob stories.
With a terrible accent, by the way.
Huh?
He said he's doing all that with a terrible accent.
Oh, we're going to get into the shit that he says. Oh, boy. So what did he do? Take a guess.
What do you mean?
To cope with this situation?
Oh, he's probably drinking and cheating on her constantly.
Oh, he ain't cheating on her.
Or trying to, at least.
He started verbally abusing Haley, trying to crush her spirits.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, I can see that too.
Misery loves company.
Yeah. If I'm not happy, you're not happy.
Right. He would call her names and tell her that she was worthless, projecting his flaws onto her like they were her flaws, not his.
It's like, that's funny coming from a guy that is currently not supporting his family. So.
Right.
Hello, pot. I'm the kettle.
One of his favorite things to do was to gaslight her by constantly telling her that he was it for her. Nobody else would want her. But if that wasn't bad enough, he tried to turn the kids against her, too.
Oh, what a scumbag.
Yeah. And none of this would have happened if he had just gotten off his fat ass, put aside his pride, and gotten a fucking job to help out.
I don't think it's even pride. It's just pure lazy, it sounds like.
Well, he did have a pride because he went from being the man to being the freaking...
But that's his fault, not hers. Like,
right. I didn't say it was her fault.
Oh, no, I'm not blaming you. I'm just like, he could have not sucked at his job and, or literally all you have to do at your job is enough to not get fired. You don't have to put any more effort in than that. You just have to, show up and do what you're supposed to do. Maybe a little extra. Yeah. You don't have to go crazy. No. Like you just have to not suck enough to get fired. It's
this guy sucks.
He does sucks.
But instead he played the victim, made it out like Haley was trying to make him look stupid for trying to fill his role in saving the family. I mean, somebody had to do it.
Yep.
So around that time, Haley got on Facebook. 2007, 2008, that was when everybody got on Facebook. And,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love MySpace. But
MySpace was pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, you could learn the code on it. What was your song?
Oh, dude, I don't even remember.
I remember mine. Everybody who clicked on my page remembers mine because it was Painkiller by Judas Priest.
Mine was probably some 5-finger death punch thing or something because
you click on mine, you hear that drum roll. Hope you weren't at work trying to be quiet when you click on my page. But
dude, MySpace was awesome. Vine was awesome. Now social media just sucks, and the only reason I even have it is because of the show. I don't like any of it anymore.
Yeah, but in 2008, I reluctantly turned to the dark side and joined Facebook.
Yeah, it was 2009, I think, when I set mine up.
Yeah. But I already said that. Haley did because all of a sudden she had a bunch of new friends and she wanted to stay in touch with them.
Yep.
She worked, came home because she didn't have the money to do much else, and that's called being responsible.
Yeah. Somebody has to do it in that house,
right. Haley's mama bear instincts hit really hard, and I really do admire this woman.
Yep. She's literally pulled herself up by her bootstraps and created a career, which she didn't have before. Didn't have any, marketable skills.
Despite the ogre that she lived with.
Yep, and then put herself out there to not get a job. That's not a job. That's a career if you do it right.
Yeah. And from all indications, she was doing it right.
And it's not an easy thing to do. I mean,
no.
You deal with a lot of shit working in a nursing home, especially as an aide. You're delivering lunches, you're doing all this other stuff, which that's not bad. Then you're toileting people. You're trying to transport people to doctor's appointments. It's a fucking nightmare at times. But it takes a special kind of person to be able to do that day in and day out not...
I couldn't do it. I will be the first to admit that I could not do that.
No. I mean, I'm in maintenance, and I've had situations where like you come into work and you're like, oh, so and so passed away over the weekend. You're like, oh, ball, like you get attached to people and they get way more attached than we do, and they
Right.
just have to be like, yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
I couldn't. No, I couldn't do that. They're better people than me.
Exactly. And that, yeah, I've probably, that last bit that you said about better people, I have said that about this, regarding this subject many
And
times.
like another thing that I was told when I started there was, and this is something that they would deal with a lot more frequently than I would. It's not if you find someone who's passed away in the room, it's when
Yeah.
you find someone who's passed away in the room.
Shit.
Thankfully, I've been doing it for like 3 years, and I haven't had that happen yet, but it will. And then I'll just take a day off. Like, no.
I didn't hear a word you said because I accidentally pulled the wire out of my headphones.
Oh, shit.
And you sat there sawing me with my headphones off, and you just kept talking like I could hear you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, somebody's going to hear me.
This is true. I won't know what you said until I go to edit this episode.
You're going to be so mad.
Oh, okay. But Haley's Facebook...
So much racist stuff I just said you have to cut out.
Oh, boy. Haley's
'Cause,
Facebook habits were, to start with, just to stay in touch with her friends and family because she was a very busy woman. But Facebook became a refuge for her, and big boy Brian began getting jealous. Keep in mind, Brian and Haley were never married, and as insecure as he was, he got it in his mind that she was talking to other men. He had nothing legally binding her to him, and it was making him crazy. He felt that by taking this freedom from her, he finally had a new way that he could control her, since she had began trying to be her own person, and it wasn't working. Brian was getting angrier and angrier and closer to snapping.
Hey, Zen, I know we haven't said this yet, and feel free to cut this out, but this guy sucks, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that we're on the same page.
Why would you ask me that after all the shit that I've already been talking about him?
Man, I am just trying to make this, like, trying to lighten it up a little bit, because I got a feeling we're about to come into some really bad stuff.
Oh, we are. As usual. But
Yeah.
not for we got a little ways to go. We get to trash Brian we pretty much get to trash on Brian this entire freaking episode.
Oh, good. I mean, we were going to anyway, so.
Right. So by the end of 2008, Haley unfortunately was trapped with this chucklehead, and Brian had become a full-blown violent drunk. He was drinking every night. He would day drink as well. And then,
Hell yeah.
And all this when he could be out looking for a job or being a real father to his kids at the very least.
Yeah, you could probably do that, I guess. I mean, some people can day drink and parent.
A lot do.
Yeah, I know.
But he was a creature who craved control, and he had lost control of the relationship, the finances, and control over the household as a whole. All of that had switched over to Haley. Haley was realizing that she had made a big mistake by getting involved with Brian, and she no longer wanted to be with him.
Yep.
So you have big boy Brian, who was angry and irresponsible, and you have Haley, who's getting more and more miserable. So Facebook became her shelter, and she spent more and more time on it. So her routine was basically sleep, wake, Facebook, breakfast with Facebook, work, home, kids, Facebook, dinner with kids and Facebook, shower, then bed for herself and the kids, Facebook, sleep, rinse and repeat.
Yep.
And Big Boy Brian said that Facebook was causing all their problems and ruining the family.
No.
She didn't.
It's not helping, but it's not causing it.
Well, actually, it is helping.
Well, it's helping her. It's
Right.
not helping him.
Right. But she didn't neglect the kids. I mean, she used Facebook to stay the hell away from Brian.
Yeah. Which is okay. I mean,
yeah. You have to keep in mind that while she's she's a responsible adult, her teenage years were absorbed by being groomed into whatever it was that Brian wanted.
yeah.
So all of a sudden, she literally has access to everyone in the world, and socializing was new to her since she wasn't able to be a teen.
Mm-hmm.
But because of this, you could say that she became addicted to social media.
Yeah.
Not judging it, because it happens to a lot.
To the best of us.
Yeah.
You know.
But whether she was addicted or not, she may as well have been having trains run on her every night by every single guy on the planet, as far as Big Boy Brian was concerned.
Yeah. He sounds like the type.
Yeah. She wasn't, though. She wasn't cheating on him at all.
Oh, no, I said he sounds like the type.
Yeah, I know that's what you said.
That would be that, like, you know.
I didn't think you could. Yeah. We're good here.
I strongly dislike this gentleman.
Yeah, me too. Now, the Brian Lewis I know, he's cool.
He better be.
Yeah. But, yeah, she wasn't cheating on him at all, and they would fight about it, but Haley would just wind up tuning him out.
What's that?
Haley would just wind up... You asshole.
Take that.
But each day that passed, Brian came closer and closer to his breaking point. He later said that he would come into the room and Haley would close the laptop. In the mind of a man-child with a wounded ego, this was clear proof to him that she was sleeping with other men. He also became convinced that Haley was talking about him to other people online.
So, not to be that guy, but a lot of the time, if someone's like super cagey with stuff like that, and like their phone, they're like, well, and they'll like immediately turn their phone away when you're walking in. That's red flags, but at the same time, I get it with her because this guy sucks like a gallon of butts.
Yeah.
You know?
He had a 5-gallon.
He had a 5-gallon bucket of butt that he sucked.
Yeah.
That's a kind of a tongue twister. I like that. It's good vocal exercise.
But still, spoiler alert, she was talking to him about him to other people online. She was telling him how far down she felt in this endless rut of a life with this parasite, drinking their money away at the bar and refusing to get a job or take any responsibility to the kids.
Yeah. Fuck this guy.
But, of course, that wasn't how he saw himself. But
of course not.
But how else could you describe it? Yeah,
he's the hero of his own story.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, she was hiding it, but he had been getting more and more violent. You know, what would he do if he saw the truth being discussed on screen? Like if she didn't pop the screen down or whatever, like Dexter does, whenever somebody walks in when he's looking up.
Oh, he'd lose his shit.
Yeah, he would. What are you talking about me? Why are you saying all these lies about me?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and probably start...
I'm not violent, backhand.
Yeah, I'm not violent. You made me do that.
Yeah.
I'd never done that, you know. But paranoia began setting in. In February of 2009, Big Boy Brian took out his frustration on one of the kids, leaving the kid badly bruised.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in March, she decided that she had enough and it was finally time to go. But before she physically left, she made a mistake.
No.
She changed her relationship status on Facebook to single.
Fucking Christ.
It would have been bad enough for if she had done this after leaving, but still in the house. You know,
Yeah.
she may have
Because it's Facebook official now.
Right. She may have thought that doing this would have made him get the hint and just back away peacefully, but in actuality, she had just pissed off the bear. Let me just say that again. In actuality, she had just poked the pissed off bear.
Yeah.
Brian took it
Damn it.
personally. He was humiliated. Sure, he got the hint, but so did the entire world, as far as he was concerned. After all, he was the victim here.
Of course, always.
Yeah. And really, he would have to have a super inflated ego to think all of these people on Facebook give a shit. There's probably 6 people on Facebook in the entire planet that know who he is.
Yep.
And those 6 people probably don't give a shit that his woman left him.
No.
You know? Yeah, people with overinflated egos think that everybody else cares about them. I mean, nobody gives a shit about me, and I like it that way. You know?
Exactly. I have a handful of people that actually give a fuck about me, and I'm totally fine with that.
Exactly, same here.
You know?
But they had a planned outing several days later, which they kept, and this didn't end well. And they left early because they were fighting. While in the car, Brian kept demanding Haley tell him who she was fucking and leaving him for. The fight, like most of them, was in front of the kids, but this time people in public had witnessed it. But before they drove away, Brian repeatedly slapped Haley in the face, hard.
Oh my god, dude.
People saw this too. But neither of these people nor Haley called the police, and sadly this happens a lot in abusive relationships.
Yep.
The abused
very frequently.
The abused is too scared to report it because how many times has a abusive spouse violated a protective order?
Oh, all the time. Yeah. All the time.
And how many times has the witnesses looked the other way?
All the time.
But as of right now, Haley's days are numbered, unfortunately. This documentary deals with the psychology on this case, and
Bill is going to take over the psychology here and throughout the episode. Please note, Bill is not a licensed psychologist, but he's done a lot of research for the show.
Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, anytime.
Oh God. Oh God. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that'll get that. At least I didn't call you Greg.
Oh God.
They mentioned the homicide triad, which is similar to the McDonald's triad. This one lists 3 things that happen before a homicide. So let's run Big Boy Brian through this, shall we?
Yeah. And then a meat grinder immediately after.
Yeah. Coercive control, check. That's been going on the entire time Haley's known Brian.
Yeah, for like the past 10 years.
13.
Yeah.
Substance abuse, check. He's always at a bar,
Yeah.
And he's probably drinking his sorrows away. He's probably a lightweight who gets really nasty when he's drunk.
Yeah, probably. He's probably got some. Who knows? There might even be other stuff involved with with the drinking. I mean.
Yeah, could be.
And
violent behavior, check. He beats up on a kid, then he beats up his partner, and it's just that one instance where he where he slapped her around. But I'm sure it's been going on for longer than that. I'm sure she's covering up bruises at work and stuff like that. I mean, if he beat up a kid earlier, he's beating her up at the same time.
Yeah, and he's not going to fight somebody his own size. He's going to beat up on women and kids,
right?
Because that's the kind of badass that he is,
Yeah. So he matches all 3, and next obviously comes homicidal thoughts, and then planning, and then execution. Literally.
Who's never been there, though? I mean, what?
What?
Huh? Huh? You said homicidal thoughts and planning. I'm like, who's never been there, though? I mean...
Yeah. I don't know. I seem to be talking an awful lot about him over the past few years.
Yeah, I mean... I've never put anything in writing, but I mean, the thoughts have been there occasionally.
Yeah, but still, I mean, but the planning, but then execution. You've never executed any of those plans,
or have I? No, I've not.
It wasn't me.
I've never killed a person. Animals, on the other hand, Not for fun. I did it. I did it because I got paid to do it. I don't know if that's better or worse than just doing it for fun. You know.
So after the fight in the car,
thanks for digging me out of that one. Just let me fucking swing around in the breeze for a second.
so after the fight in the car, Big Boy Brian went running back to his parents, who let him stay for a day or two.
Good folks.
When he went home, Haley had made up her mind. Either he had to go or she was leaving with the kids. And Big Boy Brian exploded. Sadly, she didn't report him to the police for both child abuse and spousal abuse.
Oh, great.
And now we have an actual date.
So, like, if you're new to this whole true crime thing, right? If you have a date or someone with 3 names, bad shit's about to happen.
I have 3 names.
No, but have you ever been referred to as 3 names on a public, like broadcast of any sort?
No.
Or in the newspaper? No. You're fine then.
Okay. I was gonna say, well, my driver's license and my social security card.
Well, that's different though. That's not like
right
on a fucking Discovery ID thing.
But it's never a good. It's a date. An actual date is never good on a true crime story.
Yeah, or like a specific time.
Right.
Also not great.
March 10th of 2009, Haley had come home after a 12-hour shift. Big Boy Brian hadn't taken the hint, apparently, and he was still there. So without even saying a word to them, Haley went upstairs, and Brian, of course, followed. When he entered the bedroom, Haley was already on the computer, and Mount Big Boy erupted. He grabbed...
I just pictured the Big Boy's burger thing, and he's just, like, getting really red-faced, so he just fucking squeezes the cheeseburger.
I hope he hears this.
I kind of hope he dies, but maybe we're different people.
Well, he grabbed Haley by the hair and dragged her off the bed and dumped her on the floor. He then grabbed the source of all of his problems as far as he was concerned, the evil laptop. He then stormed out of the house with it and smashed it on the concrete.
Okay, well, it's better than where he could have smashed it, I guess.
Right.
Where I kind of expected him to smash it, but...
Yeah. Haley told Brian that he needed to get the hell out until she could find a place for her and the kids. The next day, Brian went to the bar to drown his sorrows and ruin everybody else's buzz by bitching about his problems.
Yeah, nothing worse than that.
Yeah. He found something else to blame for Haley now that his electron... I'm going to start that over. He found something else to blame Haley for now that his electronic nemesis had been conquered. Take a guess.
Her job.
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Don't know.
If she moved out, he wouldn't be able to afford the mortgage on his own.
Maybe it's time to get a job.
Yeah, you think?
I mean, probably like a couple years ago would have been a better time.
Yeah.
Maybe hold it down for a little bit.
Yeah. But, maybe he should have thought about that and gotten off his lazy ass and gotten a job.
Yeah, that would have been probably pretty good, actually.
He was literally afraid that he would be sent to prison if he couldn't pay his debts.
It's not how that works.
No.
He should be worried about being sent to prison for
spousal abuse and child abuse.
And kids.
Right. But I don't know about Wales, but here in the U.S. there is no debtor's jail. And I don't think...
Yeah, they're not going to put him on a fucking poor farm. Those aren't even real anymore.
Right.
Worst case, like, since it is England, worst case, they're just going to, like, put you up somewhere and pay you for it like they do with... That's just how they do it. They take care of their homeless people for the most part.
But then he said the words that all psychotic losers say when their partner's had enough and leaves them. Take a guess.
It's not my fault.
No.
No?
Well, I'm sure he said that too. I mean, he would have fit in, as a cast member of Star Wars. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. That's one thing that bothered me about Star Wars. They're always saying, it's not my fault.
Yeah. Well, whose fucking fault is it then, Luke?
Yeah. Or Han. But no, I'm going to give you another shot at this. Brian then said the words that all psychotic losers say when their partner's had enough and leaves them.
I'm going to kill myself.
Nah, he didn't say that.
Oh. No?
If I can't have her, nobody can.
Oh, yeah, yeah. See, that was almost too cliche for me to even think of it.
Well, this is Brian we're talking about. We're not talking about...
That's
we're not
true.
Talking about
He is...
we're
he
not
sucks.
talking about somebody that's, like, remotely intelligent.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean... But nobody, unfortunately, took that threat seriously. And that's one thing that I don't get. Because you're miserable, and no matter who's at fault, you're miserable. Why in the hell would you want to stay in a miserable situation?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If you're in that situation and the person wants to leave, let them.
Yep.
You get a clean break. But these chuckleheads only remember the good times. And when I say good times, I mean when their partner was subservient to them when they had control.
Right.
Brian ran his mouth even more, saying that Haley was in for a big surprise the next morning. And, of course, nobody reported that either. Not to the police, anyway.
Oh. Well, I mean, that's probably not something you should, say out loud to other people if you're about to commit a crime.
Right.
That's a pretty dumb thing to do.
Yeah, but nobody reported it.
That's true.
But that night, Haley put the kids to bed and had gotten onto Facebook on her new laptop. People.
Oh, that's right, because she has a job and makes money and can afford a new laptop.
Right. Well, she probably went to the Wales equivalent to like Aaron's or Rent-A-Center or something like that.
Yeah, or a pawn shop. Pawn shops are big over there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but people who were at the bar overheard Brian running his mouth and told Haley what he had been saying. Haley took that to mean that her surprise was him finally getting the hell out of the house, and she actually felt relieved about it.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's got her shit together, but she's still kind of naive.
Naive, yes.
Yeah.
Later that night, big boy Brian staggered into the house drunk. Haley messaged a friend saying that he was home and drunk, and then Brian started another argument, and Haley messaged he's starting again. And that she's had enough and he better get out in the morning. And presumably she told him this too. I would assume that she did.
Yeah.
Very early the next morning on March 12th, 2009, Haley was sleeping on the couch, fully clothed. And this may be a really bad time to say put a knife in that, so I'll just say remember that.
Yeah.
The TV was on, and big boy Brian said that it kept him awake. Not likely because he had been schnockered, but if he believed that he'd go to prison for not paying his bills, he probably thought a jury would go easy on him if he said that she kept him up with the TV.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have just turned it off.
It was the TV that kept you awake, not the the apocalyptic fucking level of the spins that you have because you've been drinking all night.
Yeah.
Where you, I'm sure we've all had those nights where you lay down and you close your eyes and you grab a hold of your bed and go, oh fuck, I'm gonna die, and then you just fall asleep.
Yeah.
Could have just done that.
Or you wake up with only a split second to get to the toilet before you empty everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Strangely enough, if you throw up, you feel a lot better.
Oh my god! Like immediately.
Yeah, if you throw up, you can go right back to drinking.
It's almost like it's poison, and you're not supposed to have it in your system.
Well,
I
haven't had any in my system in a long time, so
I've been pretty good. I haven't gone out in the last 3 weeks, and my mom finally convinced me to giving something up for Lent this year. So I've been since Wednesday with no nicotine. So. But I keep my little canister in my pocket so that I know it's there and I won't touch it, and I don't, which is fucking crazy. Because if they were cigarettes, whoa.
Well, I do need my nicotine. Hence the
Yeah.
vape. I'm vape hit guy.
That's true. You're a vape hit guy. I'm inappropriate comment guy.
Well, to my credit, people have been noticing that I'm getting better about keeping the vape hits out of there and editing, adjusting the volume when I can't just edit the whole draw out, so I'll just lower the volume on it. So that's one of the cool things about having a recording studio in here as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I can isolate with the little sliders and all that stuff. And but Big Boy Brian stormed down the stairs, bitching about the TV. He then went to the kitchen and grabbed a knife, stabbed Haley, who had her back to him, and then began stabbing her repeatedly.
Yay!
He pulled her on the floor, and he pulled her onto the floor, and then stabbed her in her front area. But the autopsy later revealed that none of the stab wounds hit any vital organs, so he sucks with a knife too. Now, we'll say put a knife in that.
Yeah.
But Haley was pleading with Brian, and she even cried out that she loved him, hoping this would snap Big Boy Brian out of it, and it didn't. Brian then wrapped his hands around her neck and strangled Haley to death. That's what killed her. Brian later said that he was squeezing hard, so hard that he couldn't release her throat, whatever the hell that means. I don't even know what I couldn't release her throat. What does that mean?
He got like pit bull hands? Like once they lock on, he can't. You have to get a garden hose to separate him or something.
And later he said that he hurt his thumbs from squeezing so hard.
Oh.
So if he hurt his thumbs, if his thumbs were hurting and it was that big of an issue, why not just let go? He said he could not, he couldn't release her throat is what he said.
Excuse my language, but fuck this guy.
Indeed. So, premeditated, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, no, he definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And
if he was smart, he'd go, no, I was drunk, I didn't plan this, it just happened. But he's not smart.
Put a knife in that.
Put a knife in him. I'd do a lot better about it than he would, too.
But, the fact that he went from stabbing to stabbing. The fact that he went from stabbing to strangling tells me, at the very least, that he could have made the choice not to kill her at that point.
I mean, he could have made the choice not to kill her way before that, too.
This is true. But I'm just saying, at the point when he got done stabbing, he made the choice to continue his assault by strangling her. He could have stopped at that point, and then he's got attempted murder max.
Yeah. Attempted murder, you'd probably get like
with a deadly weapon.
GBH charge in there. You go to jail for a few years and then you're back out to beat your wife and kids some more.
But I mean, even if he had just snapped when he stabbed her. I mean, even if it's just like stab. If that's all it was, like we were saying, it's just like, but he stabbed repeatedly and then choked her out. So stabbing's gruesome, but strangling is personal.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, so
because you have to watch the light go out of their eyes at that point.
Yeah.
Which is why Gary Ridgway had to do it from behind, because he couldn't do that. He tried it the one time and went, "Oh."
Larry Hall too.
I can't do this.
Larry Hall would put his victims up against a tree, put a belt around the neck, and pull from behind the tree because he couldn't even see them.
It's like, I really want to strangle people. I just don't have the stomach to look them in the face when I do it.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe that's a sign that you probably shouldn't do what you're trying to do.
Right.
Yeah.
But this doesn't excuse his conversations that he had with his friends at the bar.
Right.
I don't think that he decided that night at the bar that he was going to kill Haley. I think he made that decision when he saw her Facebook status changed to single.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he made that decision a while before he actually carried it out.
Yeah. I got a question. How do you think we know that Haley pleaded to Brian and cried out that she loved him?
Did he say that in court? Or...
One of the kids woke up.
Oh, son of a bitch, Bill. I was going to say, because 2009 is way before you would have had, like, the capability to make a call on Facebook. So it's not like she accidentally, like,
Right.
when she fell, called somebody. Oh.
One of the kids woke up and saw and heard the whole fucking thing. He also heard Brian call the police and say over the phone that he had killed his girlfriend. Brian then hauled ass, leaving the kids there all alone with the dead mother. The boy woke up the other kids as well, so all four of them saw their mother on the floor. But Big Boy Brian had conquered his nemesis and regained control. A little while later, he drove to the police station and turned himself in, where he would learn a whole new meaning of the word control. I think I broke Kevin.
I fucking hate this guy. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. But we're gonna get to we're gonna get to keep dumping on him because of the stupid shit that he does in court.
Okay.
So around 4 a.m., the kids ran screaming to Haley's parents' house, which was just a couple blocks away. But they were screaming, "Mommy's dead on the floor. She's bleeding. She's dead." Ambulance.
Could you fucking imagine waking up to that? Waking up to your grandkids saying, "Hey, mommy's dead."
I know that's got to be one of the worst possible scenarios that any.
Shit.
Yeah, but it's 4 a.m. and your kids out there by themselves, out there in the street by themselves, just like, and probably not the nicest neighborhood either.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
Your fucking grandkid out here in, like, Elmo PJs crying and screaming that mommy's dead. Like, how do you ever sleep again after that?
It'll take some therapy for sure, and I hope
dude.
I hope the kids got some therapy too.
Well, and then we've already established he is not the best dad there is.
No.
But these kids just lost both their parents.
Yeah, exactly. Both of them, literally. And if and I'd be interested to know whether the kids, because I know they'd be allowed to go to the prison and see him if they wanted to. This is 2009. We're almost 20 years later. We're 16, 17 years later. I wonder, they're all adults by now. They're all adults now, so I wonder if they've even gone to see their dad.
You know what? I hope not.
I hope not, too.
For their own sake, I hope not.
Yeah. But ambulance got there very quickly. They tried to revive Haley by putting a tube down her windpipe, but unfortunately it's too late because Brian had crushed her windpipe.
Yep. And probably broke the hyoid bone, which is that little bone in there. If you break that you're done.
Yep. Brian was charged with murder, but it's not as open and shut as you might think. Big Boy Brian retracted his guilty confession and pled not guilty by reason of diminished responsibility. And yes, we could take an ADD break.
Well,
What is diminished responsibility? Diminished responsibility is a partial defense in criminal law primarily used in murder cases to reduce a charge to voluntary manslaughter. It applies when a defendant's ability to understand their actions, form rational judgments, or exercise self-control is substantially impaired by a recognized medical condition like schizophrenia, depression, or PTSD.
So it's diet pleading insanity.
It's what?
It's diet pleading insanity.
Yeah.
No, fuck him. No.
Yeah.
There's proof that he had planned to do this, or at least do something.
Well,
No.
we're getting there. This is an attempt to get, but still, I mean, what has he been? It says impaired by a recognized medical condition. Now, he's never been diagnosed with anything, because otherwise
No.
that would have been
Other than being a lazy fuck.
exactly. That would have been, mentioned earlier.
Right.
Brian struggled with schizophrenia or something like that. That would have been mentioned in the case, and that would have had a big something to do. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This is an attempt to get a manslaughter charge instead of first-degree murder. The only thing Brian got that night was drunk, but the prosecutor now had to prove that Brian not only murdered Haley but also knew exactly what he was doing when it happened.
Of course.
Right.
He absolutely did.
Like I said before, switching murder methods shows that he knew what he was doing. And we had a case like this before. I don't remember which one it was though, but where the fact that the killer changed murder methods, that showed that he knew what he was doing. It may have even been a British case. I can't remember. But
that also happened with Max Gelman, where he he didn't really change murder methods, I guess, when he killed his stepfather, because he broke the knife off in him and then grabbed another thing to stab him with.
now that's still stabbing.
Yeah, exactly. I kind of thought that through as I was saying it, and I was like, no, that's. He definitely killed people in different methods on his little spree, but that's not really the same. It's the same but different, I guess.
Shout out to Joe Lozito.
Yeah, right. Joe motherfucking Lozito. That dude was awesome.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I've been thinking about a way, something we could have him back for.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need to go check that out. That was
Hey, I mean, I occasionally cover violent pro athletes on my show. I might just do a Bob Probert episode, be like, hey, I know you like hockey, judging from the fact that you do a fucking hockey podcast. You want to talk about hockey fights?
all right. Set it up.
Hey, let's do it.
Set it up.
I might have to. You're not allowed to, because your state shouldn't have hockey, and you're dominant for some reason.
Damn right we are. The Stanley Cup. Right back in Florida where it belongs.
Okay, yeah. It was 90 degrees today. Fuck you. You don't get to play hockey. I could have played hockey in my driveway this afternoon.
Oh, I love it. I'm not even the biggest hockey fan. I mean, I'll watch it if it's on TV or something, but I'm not a hockey fan. But I love the fact that both the Lightning and the Panthers have won multiple championships this century.
I think they're at like 2 each now. two or three each, because I know Tampa Bay was on a tear there for a few years, but
yeah, the Panthers have only won 2.
Yes, I think they've got 4 between the two of them.
No, I think Tampa Bay has won 3 total. Hold on, ADD break.
Yep. I still sleep soundly at night knowing that your baseball teams are all dog shit, though. So,
hey, both dog shit baseball teams have been to the World Series. One of which has won 2 titles.
Well, the Marlins.
The Marlins have won 2 World Series championships.
Well, yeah, that's fine. Then they beat the Yankees the last time, so that makes my my little heart happy. But Tampa Bay is just ass. Like,
how many Stanley Cups do the Tampa Bay Lightning have? 3.
Yeah, so there's 5 in Florida.
Yeah, 2003 to 2004, and then 19 to 20, and then 20 and 21.
Yeah.
And then in 24 and 25, the Panthers decided, hey, we want some of these too.
We figured out how to play hockey after being around for like 40 years, and like
I just love
Arizona never did. Now they went to Salt Lake City, so
well, You gotta have. I mean, everybody knows that in order to win hockey championships, you have to be in a very hot climate. And he wants to reach through that camera and strangle me right now.
We can probably both agree that basketball sucks, though, right?
I'm not a fan.
So
basketball is the only professional sports thing that I have not attended.
To me, basketball used to be fun to watch, and then analytics ruined it. Because it used to be like just dudes trying to dunk on each other, and it was so much fun to watch. And now it's like everybody and their brother is shooting threes, and they all miss. Like, I hate this. I want it to go back to like the 80s with like Bill Laimbeer like clotheslining people midair and Larry Bird like walking out and be like, "You cannot be seriously putting a white man on me to defend me." No.
Anyway, hashtag, but I digress.
I'm playing this game left-handed. I'm saving my right for when the Lakers show up next weekend. So,
Princess Bride vibes there.
Dude, Larry Bird was the best.
Yeah. Anyway, hashtag, but I digress.
Yeah.
But still, Haley, we're going back to his defense and everything. He's pleading not guilty by basically, like you said, diet insanity.
Diet pleading insanity.
But Haley had been sleeping in not one but two sleeping bags. So the force of the stabs was enough to penetrate both bags and deep enough into her body for blood to seep out from her and up to the top of the outer sleeping bag.
Yeah, so if he hit like a large artery or something, you have that hydrostatic pressure would shoot that out, yeah.
Still, we're talking about at least 6 to 8 inches about 6 inches of padded material in the two.
Yeah, but it's
bags.
soft. I mean, you can throw a knife through that pretty easily.
All right.
I mean, you can roll them up like damn near flat.
Okay.
But yeah, I see where they're coming from. Like trying to make it sound like it was. I mean, they don't need to make it sound like it was worse than it was because it was already as bad as it was. But
right. But she was found flat on her back, and the wounds were on her front torso. The strangulation, like I said before, happened after the stabbing, and it was enough force to crush her windpipe to the point to where medics couldn't get a tube down it. And a pathologist testified to this.
That's bad.
So, he's done at this point.
Yeah.
But they also received the broken laptop and the new one, and they went through all of Haley's communications. And take a guess how many conversations she had with men.
Between 0 and 2?
0.
Yeah.
Not one.
It's like she's not even getting a Facebook message from a male coworker saying like, "Hey, can we switch shifts on Wednesday?"
None of that. Big Boy Brian now maintained that Haley's death was accidental.
I accidentally crushed her windpipe after I accidentally stabbed her in her sleep.
Well,
sure. Right after I accidentally smashed her fucking computer.
Let me set this up for you. He claimed, and get this, that she was standing when she initially got hurt, and that he only had the knife because he was cutting his, take a guess.
Toenails.
He was only holding the knife because he was cutting his fingernails.
Oh, damn it. I'm giving him the Frank Reynolds defense with his toe knife.
I've been waiting. That's a long one.
He basically pulled the I fell on it in the shower defense here.
Pretty much.
But
so but who the hell cuts their fingernails with a kitchen knife?
Frank Reynolds from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia had a toe knife to cut his toenails, but
all right. Maybe he saw that.
Yeah.
No, that the years wouldn't match up, would they?
I'll occasionally use scissors if I don't have anything handy.
True.
But
this tall tale was an attempt to deflect from what actually killed her, which was the crushed windpipe. And this, according to Big Boy Brian, was when he lost his mind and strangled her.
Your Honor, I would like to plead, but she started it, though.
During cross-examination, he was asked about some of the threats that he made at the bar. He not only made those threats because he was drunk, but then he realized that perhaps he wasn't making drunk threats, and perhaps he did mean the threats because after what he did to Haley, maybe he was capable of doing that. I'm confused too.
Yeah.
But that was a verbatim quote.
Now, can we try to translate from his dumb bullshit to English here? Is that maybe saying that I said that stuff, but I would never actually be capable of doing that?
Could be.
And then proving that you're capable of doing that by doing it.
Could be. But the jury wasn't dumb, thankfully, and as far as I could tell, he didn't use the TV keeping him up as an excuse for murder. I wish he had.
Yeah, that would have been good.
But he got life with a minimum of 14 years, and he showed no emotion when his sentence was read. Now, something I found after the fact, after I had written these notes, it's a little bit of after that, because I was looking for, what his current status was.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to find, but what I did find was Lewis had been writing Haley's mother, Sally Williams. The first letter being while he was on remand. I don't know what that means, but I guess
I think that's like when you're
pretrial.
Yeah, like pretrial custody.
Okay, but the first was while he was on remand, and a gesture that she neither wants nor acknowledges. Sally, who is 50 years old now, bringing up the grandchildren, Jordan 10, Corey 8, Kian 6, and 4-year-old Tia. This is like shortly after the incident, the murder. She said, the first letter I ripped up and put in the bin. He recently wrote another, again, saying, think of the children. Kian, 6-year-old Kian, was the one that found, that witnessed the event. It says event here, the murder. But she says, that's what I am doing, thinking of the children, bringing them up like Haley would have wanted. She wouldn't have wanted them anywhere else. What he has done to them, he has only himself to blame. The children can't even bring themselves to talk about him or their mother, Haley, and that's the effect that he has left with them as they are awaiting counseling. He's brought it all on himself. The judge even agreed he lost his children by his own doing, and I don't want any contact with him. That's what the mother is saying. I cope by blocking him out of my mind. In my mind, he just doesn't exist.
So, I mean, I guess if there is a silver lining to any of this,
it's that hopefully the kids are, like we were talking about before, the kids probably don't want nothing to do with him.
That, and she had the kids young enough that her mom is still fairly young,
right,
and can manage taking care of the kids.
Right.
Because if her mom had been like in her 70s when this had happened, those kids would have been in the system, and they would have been more screwed up than they already are.
So asked if she hated Lewis, Sally said that she couldn't wish any harm on him, as it wasn't what her daughter would have wanted. Haley was so loving, that's the way she was. She always thought of others before herself. That's not what our family's all about. Well, I can wish harm on him.
Yep. Dude, she was probably such a good nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Like, realistically, not just saying that, she was probably a really, really good, like, caregiver.
Yeah.
And just... I hate this dude.
But I got to go back to this whole thing about, the fact that she was in sleeping bags and she was standing.
she playing night crawlers or something? Like,
I mean...
I'm a worm.
I mean, we're going back to episode 66 again. I mean, in that one, I mean, I mentioned it last episode, but just that was the death of Katrina Mowry. It's the only unsolved case I've ever covered, and with that one, this woman was her death was ruled a suicide. and but she was found in a trunk, wrapped in a quilt with duct tape around the quilt and a belt around her neck. But that was a suicide, and she was in a locked trunk of a car. So
she must have been like a maid or something for the Clintons. So just for shits and kicks, because I know that Europe seems to be a lot more soft on criminals than we are here. Where like you live in a state where if you kill somebody, you will like be killed back. And I know these Scandinavian countries, a life sentence is 20 years, and then you're just like poof, see ya, go.
Right.
A life term in England, like a life sentence, is literally the rest of your life. And according to this,
Charles Bronson,
murder with a knife often has a minimum term of 25 years.
Well, Charles Bronson never... Did Charles Bronson ever kill anybody? He didn't kill anybody.
No, but he was also just a complete fucking menace. So him being in prison for the rest of his life is his own fault.
Right.
But I still love that man because, oh my God, what a story.
I covered him with Sandra. That was a fun episode.
Going all honky Kong and climbing up to the top of the thing and fucking throwing tiles off.
Yeah.
Taking somebody hostage and then letting them loose because they farted.
But still, with him saying that, it's just like, okay, did she really get up from the couch in these two sleeping bags, stand up on her own, and then fall on a knife that he had with his when he was cutting his fingernails?
No. Have you ever tried to roll over in a sleeping bag?
Yes, it's not...
Fucking standing up is impossible.
So she ran into the knife, then she climbed into two sleeping bags, then fell on the knife repeatedly, maybe?
But how would that explain the knife hole in the sleeping bag, unless it was already there?
She stashed it, so this is a suicide, too.
The knife holes are coming from inside the sleeping bags.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that movie? When a Stranger Calls or whatever, the phone calls are coming from inside the house.
Yeah. Oh man.
She stabbed out defensively and missed.
But it just blew my damn mind. I was just like, really? He really went. Oh, that episode 66. That was also where Dick Darwin made his debut.
Hold on here. I need to show you something because I'm sure. Okay, so. I'm assuming that this is most likely his attorney. Fuck, what is this dude talking about?
Yeah.
I use that meme so much, but I'm just like, yep.
Yeah, but anyway, that's what I could find. But still, while researching, I found a similar case that happened in 2008. Wayne Forrester, a truck driver in London, stabbed his wife Emma to death for the same reason. She'd become single on Facebook 4 days after he left their home, according to BBC. So, but yeah, I'm guessing that he's still in prison. And that's where he needs to be.
I can think of somewhere else he could be.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's all I got. So
no, we can't talk about this guy anymore.
But thanks a lot for listening, everybody. We appreciate the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, let's just hope that this guy never gets out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does, he is immediately hit by a truck.
Yeah.
I mean...
But when I went down to the station in my pickup truck, she got ran over by a dang old train.
I was going to say, yeah.
And I'll hang around.
It's not the perfect country western song because you didn't mention trucks or trains or mama, rain or nothing.
Oh man. Anyway, please subscribe and follow the YouTube page. Comment, follow us on whatever streaming platform you use. Spy, what the fuck did I just say? Spotify, Apple, iHeart, or whatever.
Or whatever spy equipment you're listening on the Bill's trying to explain.
Yeah. Please. Well, there was that when, earlier when my internet kind of went, kind of
See, if it had gone funky on my end, I would have thought that maybe one of my government agents that tracks me was doing something silly, but
But
do you have one too?
Be sure, I might. I've researched some fucked up shit as well. But be sure to leave us a 5-star rating and comment. Just not only CKCB, but History Gun too.
Yeah.
So, and until next week, later.
Love you. Bye.